All right, it's 9, we're back in regular session. On the agenda, is there any other business? Anybody? Bring it up?
Mine's kind of a good of the order, but I want to thank you guys for allowing the vote to bring me live at the last meeting. The first time in 9 months, I got to see my grandkids because of COVID. It was real nice to be able to call in, so hopefully we can do that more often in 2 weeks.
Okay. Max, I can give you an update on the property tax situation. Kind of at a standstill with the state, which I was afraid of with this year. I get to receive the railroad assessment values, which is assessed by the state. Nobody, and I know in the southern zone, has received them. So we're not alone in this, but usually I get them by January. So here we are in March now, still haven't got those. I can't proceed until I get those. We did get the tentative multiplier. It is a 1.0. More than confident it's going to stay there at the 1.0. So as soon as I get the railroads in, I'm going to put those values in, and I will be working on doing the extension part off the tentative multiplier. So then when we do get the final multiplier, it's more than likely going to stay at a 1. That way we'll be ready to go to print. As far as the June 1st date, I don't know if that's going to happen. We'll try.
So you have to wait on the railroad stuff to do the extensions and all that?
Yes, I do. Because we want those values in there, because that's quite a bit of money.
Well, as long as and again, I just would like to proceed having everything possibly done that you can.
Yeah.
And that being the last item. I mean, if they prevent us from being on date, so be it. I mean, I hope not. But,
Yeah. Well, and there again, it could come in today. I don't know. It could be any day when they come. But when they do, first thing I'll do is get them in. I've already talked with DevNet. They're ready for us to go as well. We're just sitting already at this point. Tammy's got her part. I've basically got everything ready except that. And as soon as that's in, we'll be ready to extend. So, I will try to keep you up to date the best I can while I'll let you know we'll get them in, and when DevNet will come, their report's gonna be here this year. We'll get my part done hopefully very soon. So, but at this point, we're at a standstill with that. We did get the tentative multiplier, which is strange, before we got the railroad evaluation. So it's just Department of Revenue. I don't know. I think they're still working from home kind of thing. So that's kind of where we're at for that. So we will try to keep that date the best we can. When it comes, it's gonna come quick. So.
I'm not sure, Lance, I have this right, but I had a chance to talk to Lance the other day, and he's entering in the bond information into the system, which I think this is the first time you've actually done that. Nobody else in the past did it.
Well, into the DevNet software, yeah, we've got all the scheduled bonds set in there now to where that's all entered, and we'll be, every year now it's already entered, and so it will be any time to enter bonds in, yeah.
But it never been done in the past.
I had to redo a lot of them, yes.
I'd like to make a quick statement about the UTV, just real quick and brief. And I know I didn't get a second on my motion last meeting, and I can understand why. But I just want you guys to realize the position of our citizens and even myself. I realize that there was a lot of stipulations. You have to do this, you have to do that. But I also want you guys to realize that sometimes change has to come from the bottom up. Very seldom do we get change from the top down. And I just want you guys to realize that this was my intention, is to present to our representatives and those in Springfield that this is what the people of this county want. And because I do believe if we had changes up on top, you guys would have been on board with it. I really do believe that. But sometimes change doesn't come from the top down, it comes from the bottom up. I just want you guys to realize that.
Absolutely, Darrell, but like I said, when I called in, the people that are wanting this need to get state legislature to change it to where we can do it and meet the criteria. And that's my push. I would, if it could be done legally, and without financial risk to the county or me personally, I could be on board with it, but I'm not gonna violate state law as written.
But we sometimes just have to do a little pushing from our level.
Would it not be a good idea to put that on the ballot, just simply as a survey, and see who would want it, who's opposed to it? Because I've had a lot of people contact me and totally opposed to this whole idea. I mean, they're stern about it. I mean,
I agree with you, Ken, but it doesn't, it's not gonna change mine until we can get.
well, yeah, I mean, there's nothing to do about that. I mean, they can change it, but I mean, there's no opposition to this.
Yeah, I mean, all there is, I've had as many people tell me maybe the right news as told me they wanted it, but, I mean, you can put it on the ballot, but again, that's just gonna give you a number count.
Well, that's
Unless the
kind of what-
board acts on it, it doesn't matter if they got 4,000 people pass it on the ballot, it don't mean
That's
anything.
what I'm getting at, it's more so it's a survey, see who's for it, see who
Yeah.
against it. I mean, it won't change, I mean, it's gotta come to us for it to pass, but it just, I mean, that's why everybody in the county voice is heard on this certain matter, because there's a lot of people against it. And I don't want to be seen like I'm just one-sided, not for all the people in the county.
Well, I don't think anybody sitting here is taking sides. I mean, we as a board have addressed this from a county, not from what certain people in the county want, don't get me wrong, but from a financial and a legal standpoint of action we take on it. So, I mean, it's not, you know, I think people are misconstruing this, that he's on this side, he's on that side. It has nothing to do with sides, it has nothing to do with politics, it has nothing to do with anything other than trying to keep the county afloat. We're gonna have, just so you know, and you can be thinking about it, when we start budget talks in September, October, we're gonna have a big problem this year. A big problem. I mean, I'm just telling you up front, the county has remained in the black for some time and doing well, and we're still doing well. But all the cuts and the changing in laws that the state of Illinois is putting into effect right now is going to hurt us tremendously, fee-wise, fine-wise. It's crippling the circuit clerk's office, it's crippling the sheriff's office. We're gonna have a whole lot less money to deal with come this fall than we have had. And knowing that, you know, again, you gotta look at the finances of the county first. I mean, we have to pass a balanced budget. Who knows what's gonna happen this fall? We may be talking about layoffs, let alone spending $400,000 so everybody can be happy about ATVs. I mean, you gotta, again, put it in perspective, first things first, and, that's all I'm gonna say on it, so. Anything else?
I move we adjourn.
Commissioner Pitts?
Yes.
Commissioner Harville?
Yes.
Commissioner Foster?
Yes.
Commissioner Miller?
Yes.
Commissioner Gould?
Yes.